I was in a discussion the other day where we were talking about the role of a director. And interestingly, people had all sorts of different views. So I thought I'd share what I think the role of a director is. And it's important to understand the role, because if you don't define the role, how do you assess whether someone's met the expectations of the role? The first place to start, of course, is what's the role of the board. And it doesn't matter what sort of board it is, whether it's an ASX listed company, a not-for-profit or a government entity. Fundamentally, I think there's 10 key things that a board needs to do. And they're around setting culture, strategy, policy, appointing the CEO and monitoring their performance, monitoring operational and financial performance, setting risk appetite, overseeing risk and compliance management systems, accounting to owners representing the company. So the what of a role of a director is to make sure that the board performs those functions. But the how is where the real magic is. And in that regard, I think what directors need to do, and part of their real role, is to ask questions courageously and constructively. Let me unpack those two concepts a little bit more. So courageously really gets back to our duties at law, to act with reasonable care and diligence. And we know that means things like understanding the business model, the context in which the company operates, reading papers. But all of that, together with the skills and experience that you've brought from whatever else you've done in your life, should lead you as a director to ask questions. And asking them courageously can sometimes be difficult. So for example, you might be in a board meeting where everyone's ready to resolve a particular matter, management's keen, you can tell that this is something that the company wants to progress with, but you've still got questions. And so it takes courage in those sort of moments to be able to put your hand up and say you need more information, you have reservations, you'd like more issues explored. But that's your role as a director, and sometimes that can be difficult. The constructively piece is about how you ask questions, and of course as a director, the way in which you frame your questions and the way in which you convey information is going to bring about a different response from your peer directors and from management. And as much as possible, you want management to respond to any questions you've got in a really open, transparent and timely way. But directors who go in and ask questions in an overly assertive or aggressive way will tend to get from management perhaps a defensive response and maybe not an open and transparent response. And particularly where management's bringing bad news to the board, what you want as a director is to be able to ask questions to make sure that you're getting the full story and you're getting it in a timely way. Unfortunately, I have seen in some boards where directors ask questions in such a way that management tends to retreat, they don't want to bring information, or they try to fix the issue before they bring it to the board. Bringing all of that together, the key elevator pitch for me for the role of a director is to assist a board performance functions, and in doing so, asking questions in a courageous and constructive way.